Hi, my name is Haley Button, and I am the Associate HMIS Administrator with United Way of the Plains. I'm going to be talking briefly about the HIC and the PIT worksheet that you guys received recently via email. And this form is new to this year, so I wanted just to take a brief moment or two to kind of go over a few things. It's pretty self-explanatory. So I don't think you guys should have any problems, but if you do, feel free to reach out to us and we can assist you further, or you can email us at hmistech@unitedwayplains.org with those questions or when you are completed with your form. So bringing this form up here, you'll see that in the beginning of the form, it talks about your organization name and project. We need one project per form. So if you are an agency that has multiple projects, unfortunately, you get to fill out multiple forms for us and send each of them into us just because your HIC and your PIT would be different for those various projects. Um, the top part, again, is really just a little more information about your project type to make sure that we have it accurate in HMIS. And when we're doing our reporting, everything is up to date and the most recent as possible. In the middle of the form, you have your HIC, which is your housing inventory count. This is what your inventory and capacity looks like on any given day. And it also talks about if you have any beds that are specific towards a certain type of people, such as chronic individuals with or without children, veterans, youth only, or if you are not as specific to what you can use your beds for, then they would be the non-dedicated beds towards the bottom. And there is a space there for details if you want to include anything that you feel could be helpful for us. Uh, all of your numbers of your beds should add up to what the total bed line indicates. And then we also have households in case you can serve families only. Um, and if you can serve people with two or more adults living in the home. And then the bottom is explain any changes from previous years. This could be what we believed your bed inventory was last year. So for example, if you had remodeled and added some extra beds to your program or moved locations, it may have changed. Or if you had had a water pipe break and you weren't able to use all of your space that you had previously, then that will help us understand what's going on with that inventory and why the changes could occur. And then on the right side, we have the point in time count. This is a snapshot of what's happening in your shelter or your project during the overnight hours of Wednesday, January 25th on to early Thursday morning of January 26th. So we have the total clients served and then a little demographics about them, such as their age, gender, and veteran status. We also want to know if you have any clients in hotels. If you do have clients in hotels, are these numbers indicated and including those hotel people? And are your hotel people included in HMIS with enrollments, exits, service nights, such as that? If they are not, or we have a few questions, then we are probably going to reach out with you for a little more clarity. And then towards the bottom of the point in time section is including any households. This will help us determine kind of what the makeup of your shelter or your project looks like, and just get a little more details on if there are any two or more adult households, and going from there. That kind of summarizes the situation about the housing inventory and point in time count. After this, we have some information on if these numbers do not match, please give us a reasoning for it. We don't work with your clients directly, and so we're a little bit more of an outsider, and we have to try to make some sense out of what you are reporting. And then when we send off our reports to HUD, we need to be able to explain it. So if you are indicating that you served way more people than you have capacity for, we would like to know the reason. And it's not because we don't believe that that's true. We just want to be able to understand it. So one example of this could be, say it's really cold on the night of the pit and a lot of people came off of the streets or encampments to come in your shelter and you put out a lot of cots. That would be a reason that you may have higher point in time numbers than HIC numbers. And we love that. That's perfectly okay. We just want to understand. And then the opposite would be true, like maybe a reason if there is a whole lot of empty beds for the shelter on the night of the pig count. If you have any reasoning that you know could be true, then feel free to include that as well. And then there is a section for any other helpful information that you want to share with us. And then funding is on the bottom. This would apply to all of the funding sources that you get for this particular project only. And then there is a section for any local or state funding or other details that you want to include as well. Some things about this form that are not listed on the form is we would like it completed and submitted by the 26th, which is Friday, the day after the point in time count. If there are any concerns with you being able to do that, please reach out to us at HMIS Tech and we can help you further and brainstorm. The other is if you are the person who is sending it, but not the person who we should be reaching out to if we have any questions, please indicate who you would like us to talk to instead. I hope you guys all have a wonderful pit and HIC season, and we will talk to you very soon. Thank you for all the work you guys are doing. You guys are wonderful.